Now then, just been thinking on this adventure outside of the UK that we're going on, or that we're on. 2 weeks in actually, 2 weeks since we left. I've just been in conversation with numerous people talking about similar topics. The majority of it is really, really good conversation about how it's a great thing to be doing. And some of the things that we're conditioned to believe in the UK. So I just want to get into this straight away. And I've been victim of the mentality I'm going to talk about now in the past as well. And it's the mentality of keeping up appearances. So what I mean by that is living to your means, or living beyond your means in some cases. Having the car on, mega finance, having the mortgage on, a mad rate because you're earning good money. So what do? You get a bigger mortgage, you get a nicer car. And we've just been conditioned to live and think like that. And I don't think that's not having a go at people who are living that lifestyle. That's just something that I've personally recognised, particularly as I've got older, wiser. And what I've learned is that it kind of does nothing other than fuel. And I'm saying this respectfully. So if you find yourself in this position, don't take it the wrong way as though I'm having a pop. But it's like an ego-driven thing. It's like, oh, my car's better than yours, my house is bigger than yours. It's that kind of mentality. And that's just material stuff. And I'm going to turn into a fucking pothead, I think, over these next 12 months and just be that zen and not bothered about anything materialistic anymore. I mean, I've been through them stages in my life when I was making good money in professional sport and outside of sport. I've had the nice cars and so on. But one thing I've come to realise in recent years is the smaller the mortgage, the better. Gives you more flexibility to do things that you want to do. And the less things you've got on finance or on the tick, even better. I've been driving about in shitbox cars for the last 4 or 5 years. No finance agreement on any of them. Claire's had some decent cars, and I don't think we've paid anything more than like 300 or 400 quid a month. And the one that she's got at the minute is about £150 a month. So this is not it is a bit of this is what we did, and this is kind of the mentality we adopted in recent years to help contribute to being in the position that we're in now. Allowing us to save a bit more money and so on, because as mortgage isn't massive, as car payments, we've only got one car payment which is really low, £150 a month. So when you think about that, we've kind of stepped out of the indoctrination, and it's a bit like the drinking culture in the UK. And again, I'm not bashing people who drink on a regular basis, absolutely not. It's part of the culture in the UK that's been normalised and bred into us from an early age. But I think if I drank on a regular basis, number one, it'd be putting a hole in my wallet, money just dropping out my wallet, pissing up the wall or whatever on a regular basis. But also not giving me the best opportunity to have a strong mindset and a mentality, because whether we like it or not, alcohol plays a role in our lives that is detrimental to us, not just from a physical standpoint. In my instances, my relationship with alcohol in years gone by has been dreadful. In fact, the times that I've had negative events that have happened in my life through my own fault have all been alcohol infused. There's always been alcohol present. I'll be there in a second, bud. Mummy needs me desperately. Alcohol has always been present when I've had a negative experience in my life. So, and I'm not teetotal, by the way. I'm not, sitting here preaching that one and saying I'm teetotal, but it plays a less prominent role in my life. But that is something else that has been indoctrinated and drilled into us from an early age. I think somebody's getting in trouble in there. Just a minute. Shut the door while I've got been off. I think somebody's got a telling off while Claire's cooking. But it's been indoctrinated into us from an early age that it's like normal. I remember my first sample of alcohol. I was probably about 14, 15 before going on a bus to an under-18s night at a nightclub in Wakefield. In fact, one of the older kids had to take the bottle of cider off me because I was pissed after half a bottle. So, but that's what I mean. It's been normalised, and then as you grow up, it's all this, oh, nice car, nice house, and all that. No, it's not important. Experiences is more important. And the thing that is very prominent in the UK is, even now, while people are chasing the tails, getting shafted left, right and centre with what's going on in the country, with tax rises and cost of living and all the rest of it, people are still trying to keep up appearances. It's almost like an ego thing. Fucking drop it. Because experience and peace is far more better than stress and anxiety and worry. And that will only come when you try and step outside of what has been programmed into you of being normal. And I'm not trying to be some kind of fucking guru here on how to live life, but I've gone through it. I've gone through a fair bit. I've got a fair bit of experience behind me. And that's how I feel at the moment. I feel like by not buying into the materialistic stuff is far more important and gives you more peace and satisfaction. Once you get out of it, once you get away from it, gives you far more satisfaction than when you're in it and you're fucking working extra hard to make more money to cover the costs when it's bad enough as it is in the UK right now. So that's another reason why we're doing what we're doing. And we're doing it sensibly. We are doing it pretty sensibly. We've got us mortgage covered at home. That's one thing less to worry about. We're kind of budgeting at the moment. We're probably sat around about anywhere between 120 to 170 euros a day for the four of us. We probably won't spend anything today, or maybe a little bit because we've got some friends coming later. But Claire's cooking in there now for lunch. We've had breakfast indoors. We've not been out for a coffee or anything today, so today will be a low-cost day. But again, it's just being sensible with the money, so to speak. And also, and I'll bang this drum all day long, and I'll keep talking about it, being open to opportunity. Because most people who are in that race, that cycle I've just been talking about, trying to keep up appearances, mortgage payments through the roof, car payments through the roof, working the bollocks off just to make the ends meet at the end of the month. A lot of people that are doing that are the ones that have turned the nose up at an opportunity. Not necessarily because the opportunity is not great. Maybe they feel like they ain't got time. And that is exactly the reason why you need to look at opportunities. Think about cutting your costs. Look at your subscriptions. Look at your outgoings on a monthly basis. Do you need every single thing that's going out on a monthly basis? Does it need to be going out? Is it necessary? That's your first step. And then after that, right, how can I make more money outside of the job? Because that's all we've done. We started outside the job, chipping away, till the point came where the side hustles started overtaking the regular incomes. And that then puts you in a strong position with less stress, particularly when you can do it on the internet through Wi-Fi from anywhere in the world. So a bit of a ramble today, really. I've just been, like I said, multiple conversations talking about having the ability to do it with a few people on the inboxes and how we're doing it, and that's just kind of where I see things at, and why some people say, oh, I could never do that, I can't do that, I'm married to my job. Because your job is the important thing to pay the bills. I totally understand that, but you can cut your bills, you can cut your costs, you can start hustling on the side, and you can flip your circumstances over. So if that makes sense to you, drop me a direct message. If I've kind of made any sense whatsoever to you through this ramble, if you've got this far, something's resonating. All right, so drop me a direct message. Let's talk. Don't have to. I'm not going to pitch anything on you or anything like that. We can just talk, see where you're at, and if I can help you, or even just give you some guidance and advice or food for thought, then I'm more than happy to do that, because I've got time. I've got time on my hands. All right, so enjoy the rest of your day. I'll come back to you all again soon, and just have a good think about what I was talking about. See you later.